Your gods have forsaken you. This is your god now.
So what really makes this moment so devastating? What transforms a simple act of revenge into one of the darkest, most haunting scenes in the entire series? The answer lies in something far more twisted than just cruelty. It's in the absolute powerlessness of the victim, the calculated sadism of the victor, and the chilling realization that sometimes the worst torture isn't physical pain, but the knowledge of what's coming next and your complete inability to stop it. This is Cersei Lannister, and she's about to deliver a masterclass in psychological warfare against the woman who humiliated her in the most public, degrading way imaginable.
Confess, it felt good. Beating me, starving me, frightening me, humiliating me.
And the genius of it is that Cersei doesn't rush. She savors every second because vengeance delayed is vengeance amplified. Let's establish what's happened before this moment. Cersei has just reclaimed King's Landing through an act of unprecedented violence. She's burned the Sept of Baelor to ashes, murdered hundreds of people, including her own son's wife, and destroyed everyone who stood against her in one explosive move.
I killed your high sparrow, and all his little sparrows, all his filthy soldiers, because it felt good to watch them burn.
The city is hers again, the throne is hers, and now, finally, she has time to deal with personal business. Septa Unella is strapped to a table in the black cells beneath the Red Keep, completely at Cersei's mercy. And that positioning is everything, because the last time these two women were together, their positions were reversed. Unella had the power. Unella was the one inflicting punishment. Unella was the righteous voice of the faith, and Cersei was the prisoner forced to endure her judgment. Think about what Cersei went through. Days, maybe weeks, locked in that cell. Unella coming to see her repeatedly, denying her water unless she confessed. That single word, confess, repeated over and over like a weapon designed to break her will. The psychological torture of it, the deliberate degradation, all building toward that walk of atonement through King's Landing, where Cersei was stripped naked and paraded through screaming crowds, while Unella walked behind her, ringing that bell, chanting shame. That walk destroyed something in Cersei. Not her will, not her determination, but her last remaining connection to vulnerability, to caring what anyone thought of her. She walked through that gauntlet of hatred and came out the other side, transformed into something harder, colder, more dangerous than she'd ever been before. And every step of that walk, Unella was there, orchestrating her humiliation. So now, when Cersei enters these cells, she's not coming as a queen seeking justice. She's coming as a woman who's been nursing this particular wound, feeding it, letting it grow into something monstrous.
I said my face will be the last thing you saw before you died, you remember?
And you can see it in how she moves. There's no rush. She has all the time in the world. Unella isn't going anywhere. Watch how Cersei looks at her. There's this cold assessment in her eyes, like she's examining a specimen. She's measuring exactly how afraid Unella is, how much she understands about what's about to happen. And what's brilliant is that Cersei doesn't immediately launch into threats or violence. She talks. She reminds Unella of everything that happened between them, making sure they're both thinking about the same memories, because that's the foundation of what's coming. Cersei needs Unella to remember the walk, to remember that bell, to remember every moment of shame she inflicted. She needs that context established so that what happens next lands with maximum impact. This isn't random cruelty. This is precise, calculated payback, and every element of it is designed to mirror and invert what Cersei suffered. Then comes the wine. And this is where the scene shifts into something truly disturbing. Because Cersei doesn't just pour wine on Unella's face. She does it slowly, deliberately, almost tenderly. She's not acting out of rage or loss of control. She's completely in control, and that's what makes it so chilling. She's thought about this, planned it, anticipated how good it would feel. The wine pouring is such a simple act, but it's loaded with meaning. Remember, Unella denied Cersei water, made her beg for it, used thirst as a tool of torture. So Cersei gives her liquid, but makes it an instrument of suffering instead of relief. The wine runs over Unella's face, into her eyes, her nose, making her choke and sputter. It's uncomfortable, disorienting, humiliating. But it's not the real punishment, it's just the beginning. What's fascinating is how Cersei's demeanor throughout this entire interaction. She's not screaming or losing her composure. She's almost conversational, like she's catching up with an old acquaintance. There's this grotesque civility to the whole thing that makes it more unsettling than if she were simply violent, because it shows just how much she's enjoying this, how much she's savored the anticipation of it. She talks about her walk of atonement, and you can hear both the pain and the pride in her voice. The pain of the memory, yes, but also this strange pride in having survived it, in having been strong enough to endure what would have broken most people. And she wants Unella to understand that, to know that her torture failed to achieve its purpose.
You didn't do it because you cared about my atonement. You did it because it felt good.
Cersei didn't confess, didn't repent, didn't change. She just became more dangerous. Now, here's where Cersei's genius for cruelty really shows itself, because she could simply kill Unella. Quick, easy, final, but that would be too merciful. Death would be an escape, and Cersei isn't interested in giving her victim any kind of escape. She wants Unella to suffer, really suffer, in a way that mirrors what Cersei herself experienced, but extends far beyond it. So she keeps pouring the wine, keeps talking, keeps drawing out this moment. She's making Unella wait, making her anticipate, making her imagine what's coming next, because the fear of torture is often worse than the torture itself, and Cersei understands this instinctively. She's weaponizing anticipation, using Unella's imagination against her. And then Cersei leans in close, and you see this almost intimate quality to the moment. It's personal in a way that most violence in this show isn't. This isn't about politics or power or strategy. This is about one woman making another woman pay for a very specific transgression. The proximity is deliberate, forcing Unella to see Cersei's face, to see the satisfaction there, to understand that this is happening because of what she did. What makes this scene particularly devastating is the asymmetry of it all. When Unella was torturing Cersei, she at least believed she was doing righteous work, serving the gods, punishing sin. She had the moral certainty of faith backing her actions. But now, strapped to this table, she can't even claim the dignity of suffering for a cause. She's just a victim of revenge, pure and simple. And Cersei makes sure she understands that distinction. The wine keeps coming, and Unella is choking on it now, struggling to breathe, completely helpless. And Cersei just watches, adjusting the stream slightly, making sure it's causing maximum discomfort without actually drowning her, because drowning would end it too quickly. Cersei wants this to last. She's been waiting for this moment ever since that walk through King's Landing, and she's going to extract every possible second of satisfaction from it. But the truly horrifying part hasn't even arrived yet, because as much as the wine pouring is degrading and uncomfortable, it's still just preparation. Cersei is building to something, working up to the real punishment, and she wants Unella to know it's coming without knowing exactly what it will be. That uncertainty is its own form of torture. Think about the power dynamic here. Cersei has complete control, and Unella has none. Unella can't fight back, can't escape, can't even properly beg, because the wine keeps interrupting her attempts to speak. She's been reduced to complete helplessness, forced to receive whatever Cersei decides to give her, and Cersei is making absolutely certain she feels that powerlessness in every fiber of her being. This is revenge as art form. Cersei isn't just hurting Unella, she's crafting an experience of suffering that's specifically tailored to their history together. Every element is chosen to create maximum psychological impact. The wine, the proximity, the deliberate pacing, all of it designed to break Unella's spirit before anything worse even begins. And then Cersei says it, the thing that transforms this from torture into something even more nightmarish. She tells Unella that she's not going to kill her, that she's going to keep her alive.
You're not going to die today. You're not going to die for quite a while.
And in that moment, you see Unella's expression change from fear to something approaching despair, because she realizes that death isn't coming, that this isn't going to end, that whatever Cersei has planned is designed to last. That's when Cersei mentions the mountain, and everything clicks into horrible clarity.
This is Sir Gregor Clegane. He's quiet too.
Gregor Clegane, the undead monster who serves Cersei without question, without mercy, without any human restraint. And Cersei is giving Unella to him, not to kill, but to keep, to do whatever he wants with, for as long as he wants. It's a fate worse than death, and Cersei knows it, and she wants Unella to know it too before it happens. The genius of this moment is how much is left to imagination. We don't see what the mountain does. We don't need to. The suggestion is enough, more than enough, to fill our minds with horror. And Cersei leaves it there, leaves Unella with that knowledge, that anticipation, that absolute certainty of endless suffering to come. As Cersei turns to leave, there's this expression on her face, not quite a smile, but something close. Satisfaction, yes, but also something deeper, a kind of peace that comes from settling an account that's been weighing on her. She's been carrying this need for revenge ever since that walk, and now she's finally released it, not through a quick act of violence, but through this carefully orchestrated nightmare. The final image of Unella on that table, the mountain looming over her, Cersei's footsteps echoing away, it's one of pure helplessness and horror, because we know that for Cersei, this is over. She's had her revenge and can move on. But for Unella, it's just beginning. The real torture hasn't even started yet, and it's never going to end. This is what Cersei Lannister becomes when you humiliate her. Not someone who strikes back in hot anger, but someone who waits, who plans, who creates suffering as a deliberate art. The wine pouring isn't about the wine at all. It's about power, control, and the pleasure of watching someone who hurt you finally understand that they're going to pay for it in ways they never imagined possible.